Hello everyone, I'm Alejandro Cedinez,
And I'm Kayla Fernandez.
and we are Braddock Forensics. Today we're going to be diving into the fascinating world of glass analysis, what it is, how it works, and what's such a big deal in forensic science.
Let's break this down. What is glass analysis?
Glass analysis actually helps forensic scientists study tiny pieces of glass found at crime scenes.
And what do these few shards help to solve the case?
Great question. Those tiny shards, even though they might seem like they mean nothing, can actually be helped to identify the object that they came from and the direction of impact, which can tell investigators a lot.
And if the suspect has glass on them that matches the scene, it might help investigators loop them in the case.
Sometimes, even those tiny pieces of glass might have DNA since it might have cut the person.
This is a lot of information for glass analysis just to cover in this one video.
That's why in this video we're focusing on direction of impact.
Wait, direction of impact?
Picture this. Your parents go out of town, they leave you home alone, and you throw a party. People get silly or whatever, and someone breaks a window.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You freak out, and you tell the police that it was actually a burglary to not get in trouble.
This does not seem good.
It doesn't seem good since forensic technicians actually arrive to the scene and find out that most of the glass was actually outside the house, meaning that the break was from inside.
Busted.
Busted indeed. That's all the information they need to know that it wasn't a burglary.
So aside direction of impact, what do forensic scientists use to look closer into these glass?
Well, actually, they check the shape and size of the fragments. They match it back to the original source, and they even check the chemical composition to match it back to the crime scene.
A common crime scene that this would be used would be car break-ins. For car break-ins, they would normally use a spark plug that has ceramic around it. They would break it and toss it at car windows, and it would shatter instantly.
Are you serious?
Yep, they would use the ceramic, tiny pieces, and toss it to break it.
Wow, that's actually really smart. Because that will be more quiet than just using a hammer. That's very efficient.
Yep, and for the scenario, let's take a closer look.
Right here we have a model of a broken car window. Let's break down the evidence.
Most of the glass would be inside the car, so the impact was made on the outside.
You can tell this was tempered glass. You see this because it breaks with a honeycomb-like pattern that helps prevent serious injuries from happening when it breaks. Different types of glass actually breaks in many different ways. For example, laminated glass actually shows the concentric and radial features that tell us where the impact point is and from which side it was.
But you don't always get the perfect scenario. So let's take a look at an example.
So as you can see here, the glass fractures, and when it breaks, it creates a honeycomb-like shape. So you can see right here. If you do not have any luck finding the larger pieces of evidence, we're going to move on to more medium-sized pieces of evidence.
To detect these pieces of evidence, we will have our suspect stand on a mat while my partner here scrapes him down with an index card. As you can see, once he scrapes him down, all the evidence will fall on the mat. All the evidence will be collected. Lastly, if you have no luck finding larger or medium-sized glass, you can go on and move on to smaller pieces of glass.
To find these smaller pieces of glass, you're going to use tape to stick to the suspect's clothes.
When he's finished collecting the pieces of the smaller glasses, this will all be sent to the trace evidence. Law enforcement later caught the suspect on a nearby surveillance camera.
Adding to that information, an eyewitness actually saw him running away from the crime scene when it took place. This gives us the reason to investigate on him further.
We'll show you how to connect this trace evidence.
When you break a car window, some tiny pieces of glass actually fall onto the clothing.
Thanks to the low card exchange principle, when two things come together, they tend to leave evidence on each other.
Even though most of the glass actually fell onto the car, some tiny fragments and specks of glass actually get caught in the clothing of whoever did it. So after we fold the mat from the outside in to collect all the pieces of glass, we even send the suspect's clothes to trace evidence.
No, wait, I can explain that. All the glass that was found on my clothes, it came from a picture frame that I broke in my house.
Nice try, man, but picture frames actually use a glass called annealed glass. That breaks into long, sharp shards, not little chunks.
And the glass that we sent in found out that it was tempered glass used in car door windows.
You better get your story straight then.
We also have the surveillance footage, which shows that you were there.
Better call Saul. As always, this will be all for today.
I hope we help you gain knowledge on the relevance of trace evidence and how this evidence can be brought together to solve a case.
And that is the beauty of the science that brings justice. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.
Bye.
Yo, you can't be serious.
Bro,
I have
it's lighter than I thought.
Nope.
Okay, ready?
Wow.
It's in the center, bro.
Hit harder.
It's in the center. Like in the center, like really hard. In the Yo, Marco, please.
No.
Marco, I'll do it, please.
I can't believe this.